It's Madara Uchiha here, back with What If Naruto Was Shigaraki Part 2. And basically, just a recap of what happened. Basically, Naruto got banished from the village. His sister decided to join him. Along the way, he ended up decimating uh, a whole town, and he also adopted a kid along the way as his daughter. But now that that's out of the way, let's actually get into the what if. So, what would happen is basically Naruto, like, how do I say, yeah, basically Naruto's training Naruto and Eri on, just a couple simple jutsu. Because Naruto, she has, well, like canon Naruto, she has like wind affinity. Like she's really good with wind style jutsu. While uh Eri, she's actually good with lightning and fire style jutsu. And Naruto, he's good with lightning. He's good with lightning and fire. Or not lightning and fire, lightning and wind. So he can help out both of them with some jutsu. So along the way of like them just traveling, going throughout all the five nations in the land of fire and going to other lands as well, Naruto would he would see on his map, cuz he found an old map in the Hidden Leaf. He found an old map that stated that like there was an Uzumaki village at one point. So he's like, all right, well, let's go there. Let's go check out our village. So, Nariko, she's like, wait, home, we have a village? And he's like, well, I mean, it says that on the paper, so maybe. We just have to look and find out. And Aries, she's like, yay, I get to go somewhere with Papa. And Naruto's like, yeah, I know. You get to go somewhere with me, and we get to find some really cool stuff, Eri. And she's like, really? He's like, yep, we're gonna find some very, very cool stuff. She's like, okay, then, let's go. As they're marching along, and along the way, Naruto actually teaches Eri, Kirin, and he teaches Naruto I don't really know what to call it. I don't know that many wind jutsu, so let's just call it like a tornado type jutsu, like a wind jutsu that makes tornado. And Naruto himself, he actually ends up making the Onyx Chidori, like the Chidori that Sasuke had when he had the curse mark. That Chidori, but instead of it being just black, it actually has decaying properties to the point where like the electricity starts decaying anything around it except for like teammates. And yeah. And basically Naruto, like they're going and everything. Naruto, like he's decaying a couple people here and there for bounties. And we're just gonna do a quick time skip. They end up finding it, or they find the Uzumaki village in ruins. And like Naruto, she's kind of sad because I mean, her whole clan name, like her entire clan, is just gone. As Naruto reassures her, he's like, well, I mean, maybe there could be more. As they start patrolling through the villages, Naruto spots a little temple. He's like, yeah, I wonder what's in here. And he decides to go in it. In the temple shows a cloak of some sort. And the cloak is kind of like Naruto's sage mode cloak. Like like this, but instead of Naruto, just a man like Shigaraki was there. And that's basically what Naruto's wearing. Cause he'll be wearing it kind of like this, with it just kind of flowing in the wind. So Naruto sees the little cloak or the cape, and he decides to throw it on. Why not? He puts it on, and he sees how cool it is, how good it works, and everything. He sees how mobile he is. And as he's leaving, in the corner of his eye, he'll spot a red-haired chick, and she'll just kind of duck behind a building real quick. And like Naruto, he'll see the girl, and he's like, it was probably just my mind playing tricks on me, because he hasn't had sleep in a while. Because it has been a couple days since they made it to that village, and he hasn't had sleep since they left. So Naruto, he's like very tired, so he's thinking his mind's playing tricks on him. He meets up back with Eri and Naruto, only to see that girl out of the corner of his eye again. And this time, he just turns into a whole bunch of crows. He goes behind her, and he just, just kind of grabs her. Well, not, yeah, like he just kind of grabs her without decaying her. Like he knocks her out, throws her in front of Eri and Naruto. They tie her up to a tree. No, the red-haired girl, she wakes up. She's like, where am I? As Naruto's like, shut up. My daughter's sleeping, and if you wake her up, I'm going to kill you. As, like, the red-haired girl who, who we know as Karine, she's like, wait, hold on, you have a daughter? As he's like, well, she's my adopted daughter, but we're not going to really talk about that. And basically, what Naruto does is he unties the girl. Like he unties her, and he's like, don't try anything if you don't want me to disintegrate you. She's like, yes sir, I'm not gonna move at all. As he's like, alright, cool. And he lays next to Eri and falls asleep. And something I'm going to add is Naruto's going to be kind of like Doppio and Diavolo from JoJo. But instead of it being Doppio and Diavolo, it's more going to be Decay and All for One. Because when he's using... When he's using just Decay, his body will be... Well, think of this version of Shigaraki, but a little bit more beefy and without the hands. That's what he's going to look like when he's using Decay. And when he starts using All for One, That's when like he full on changes, like hair white. He gains a lot more muscle mass, and he gets a little taller. And like when he's in his like Doppio form or Dio, yeah, when he's in his Doppio state, he's very nice and generous and very calm. But when he's in his all for one state, he's a lot more manipulative and a lot more conniving and cunning. And like it's like we do a quick time skip. It's morning, and actually, I'm tired. I'm gonna leave this off here. Okay, I'm back from my nap. But yeah, like it's morning. Naruto wakes up. He wakes up Eri, and he wakes up Naruto. He turns and he sees Karin kind of like snuggling with him, and he's like, "What the hell? Why is she on me?" Like he pushes her off. She wakes up. She's like, "Oh, you all are awake." As he's like, "Yeah, now can you tell us why you were following me?" As she's like, "Well, the reason why I was following you is because you said you were an Uzumaki, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, what of it?" And she goes, "Well, are you sure you're an Uzumaki? Like, are you sure you're an Uzumaki?" As he's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure." But she's like, "But look at your hair, it's white. Uzumakis have red hair. I mean, look at everyone here. No one's an Uzumaki. The girl next to you has yellow hair, and then the little girl has white hair." And he's like, "Well, my hair turns white from stress. Our father had yellow hair, while our mother was an Uzumaki. And for the kid here, she's my adopted daughter, so I don't know why she has white hair." As Karen, she's like, "Okay, well, do you want me to lead you to some weapons?" As he's like, "No, no, it's fine. I can feel it." As, they, like, Naruto, Karin, Narco, and Eri all walk over towards a wall. As Naruto puts his hands on it, he decays it. Eri, or not, yeah, Eri, she's like, "Papa, what are you doing?" And Naruto's like, "Oh, don't worry about me, sweetie. I'm just opening something." As he proceeds to open, like, all the crates. And, basically, like, after Naruto decays the wall and opens up the crates, he finds, like, some pretty alright weapons. I mean, he doesn't really need weapons. But Naruto, like, he finds the swords and the daggers, and he decides to hand a dagger to Eri while he gives a sword to Naruto. And she's like, "Wait, why me? I'm not good with Kenjutsu." And he's like, "But our clan is good at it, so you're going to learn it now." And Karin, she's like, "Well, what about me?" As he's like, "Oh, I'll teach you something. Just give it a minute." And basically, like, yeah, like basically Naruto passes a sword to Naruto, a dagger to Eri, and then he passes a what's it called? Like a staff type thing. to uh crap, what's her name? I can't really remember anything due to how sleepy I am. Karin. He hands like a spear to her, hands Ari the dagger, and hands Narco the sword. And they're like, "Well, how do we train?" As he grabs himself a sword, a dagger, and a pole, and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna train you." And for like the next year, because this takes place during the 10, not 10 years, during the 3 months of training, and by the end of that training, Naruto looks a whole lot older along with Naruto. Like, Naruto, and Eri all look a whole lot older, so hold on. Alright, so basically, after the time skip, like, after a time skip, everyone kind of changed except Karin, because she kind of looks like, well, how she does in Shippuden. So, Naruto, she looks, well, kind of like this. Meanwhile, Eri, she got a little older and she looks like this. Naruto, all I could really say for him is that he looks like blossoming death because he still has his moments where he can change in between from like decay to all for one. Because now like his decay and his all for one form, they're about the same when it comes to muscle mass. It's just that when he's in his decay form, he looks like this, and when he's in his off one form, you can't see his face like this, or you can't see his eyes like how all for one was. So you can never really see his face. And when he's in his all for one form, it allows him to use all for one and steal Kekkei Genkai. And when Naruto when he steals a Kekkei Genkai, like it can also be dojutsu because if I remember correctly, dojutsu are Kekkei Genkai. So yeah, if he runs into an Uchiha or Hyuga, he can steal their eyes without actually having to take them out. And like one major thing Naruto has done is he really trained all three of them to the bone because now she gained with her Kekkei Genkai being her quirk rewind, she can actually one, she can use it for healing, two, she can use it for offense, and three, she can now go forward and back in time, but not on a major scale. It's more she can make like if she throws a kunai, like if she uses a multi Shao clone or a multi shuriken jutsu, it'll be a whole bunch of jutsus and then she'll hit it in reverse and they'll go back, or she'll make time go forward again and they'll split once more. While Naruto, she actually unlocked KCM 2 during this state because Naruto was kind of telling her how to be nicer to the Nine Tails instead of just trying to take his chakra, try to be nice to him. So yeah, she managed to get KCM 2 while Naruto, he actually learned a new jutsu, which would actually help them quite a lot. And what it is he basically he'll put like crap. I don't even know what to call it. No, let's just retcon that because I can't even really remember it at the moment. So one of Naruto's abilities allows him to basically it allows him to use decay in a much more creative way, allowing him to kind of decay himself, but then reform himself as well. And what Naruto, like, what Naruto saw Naruto doing when he was training with his, decay ability was he saw her using KCM2 and he's like, hey, try that on me. She hits him, a hole opens in his chest, and then, it starts like almost reverse decaying. Like you can see the dust, and then the dust starts reforming back into muscle, and then, or starts reforming back into the organs, the bones, the muscle, the skin. It starts all coming back. And you know what? This is actually where I'm going to leave it off. I know this was probably shorter than the rest, but I am quite tired. So let this photo of a lovely Aerie have you all be happy today. And I may make like a part 2.5 later, which would be like the rest of the video. Maybe. So bye, and this is Mato Chiha signing out.